Welcome to Japan. Japan is an excellent place for all types of people to come and visit. Japan is a great place for couples who are having an anniversary, a honeymoon, or a surprise getaway. Japan has many different ways for tourists to travel. They have public transportation such as trains, buses, bicycles, taxis, and even ferries for the water. Japan has an efficient public transportation network, especially within the metropolitan areas and between the large cities. Japanese public transportation is characterized by its punctuality, its superb service, and the large crowds of people using it. Also, don't be afraid to go to Japan if you don't speak Japanese. A lot of the major tourist areas have English on their signs, and a lot of the younger people in major cities do speak English as it is required to be taught in school for 2 years. With all the beautiful sites for couples to go to and relax and just take time to forget about all the bad things or crazy things going on at home, don't think we forgot about people who just want to go out and enjoy the nightlife. Japan offers an abundance of gastronomical delights with a boundless variety of regional and seasonal dishes, as well as international cuisine. Restaurants range from mobile food stands to atmospheric drinking places, seasonally erected terraces over rivers, cheap chain shops, and unique theme restaurants about ninjas and robots. Many restaurants specialize in a single type of dish, while others offer a variety of dishes. Japan is one of the world's largest consumers of marine products. It is the largest fish-eating nation in the world, consuming 7.5 billion tons of fish a year, or about 10% of the world's catch. This is the equivalent of 30 kilograms a year per person. Their nearest rivals, the Scandinavians, consume only about 15 kilograms per person. The Japanese consume so much fish that Japanese has traditionally controlled the world prices for seafood within its huge demand. This might be why there's so many happy sumo wrestlers in Japan. Now, not to leave out people who aren't interested in sumo wrestling, food, or a couple's retreat. I'm talking about the youth, who might be more interested in video games. Video games were introduced in amusement arcades in the late 1970s and were most popular during the golden age of arcade video games, the early 1980s. Arcades became popular with young adults and particularly adolescents, which led parents to be concerned that video game playing might cause children to skip school. Many video arcades began closing in the late 1990s as technology of home video game consoles began to rival that of arcade games. However, video arcades remain popular in Japan, where they are called game centers. Now, if you don't want to waste all your piggy bank money on these machines, we got something else for you. Something that's very popular in Japan and they have a lot of conventions for is cosplay. Cosplay is a form of costume play. It is considered performance art in which participants called cosplayers wear costumes and fashion accessories to represent a specific character. Favorite sources include manga and anime, comic books and cartoons, video games, and live-action films. Which means, in Japan, you don't have to wait till Halloween to dress up. Last but not least, if you don't care about cosplay, you don't care about a couple's retreat, you don't care about the nightlife, let's not forget about how beautiful Japan is. From the paintings, to the calligraphy, to the sculptures, to the history that it contains, Japan is just an awesome place to go. With all the architecture, all the gardens, the traditional clothing that still lives on to this day, and with all the shows that they have, you gotta go to Japan at least once in your life. I definitely know that I will. With that all said, thank you for listening to my brochure for Japan, and hopefully whoever's listening goes to Japan and was like, hey, that kid made me go to Japan.